What's up, combatants? Today we're going to talk about the complete history of Rain in the Mortal Kombat universe. But before we do, if you'd like to learn more about Mortal Kombat lore and story, then head on over to my channel, MK Temple, subscribe and click the bell to get notifications every time a new video posts. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. Rain, a fan favorite character, made his first appearance in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat creator Ed Boon had revealed in interviews that they put Rain in the arcade game's Attract mode to trick players into thinking he was a secret character. It wasn't until the game's release on consoles that he actually became a playable character. So before we get into Rain's story, we'll talk about his character evolution and his powers and abilities. Rain started out as a joke character. The development team made him the Purple Ninja and named him Rain after the Prince song, Purple Rain. They even went the extra mile with the joke, making Rain a self-proclaimed prince within the MK universe.
I am no friend of yours. I am Rain, a prince of Edenian.
From Mortal Kombat Armageddon into MK9 and MKX, Rain incorporated a more regal appearance. Gold, jewelry, and even a cape had been added to his attire to appease his royal status. Rain is a half-god, or a demigod if you will, with incredible powers. Rain can control water and lightning. This not only gives him the ability to manipulate the flow and pressure of water, but also allows him to control the weather to a certain extent. A few of his favorite moves include trapping his opponents in a water bubble and hitting them with a lightning strike. Rain also possesses the ability to liquefy and reconstitute himself, similar to teleporting. Now for Rain's backstory, we're going to start off with the original timeline. Rain was born in Edenia. He was the bastard of Edenian protector god Argus and an unknown Edenian woman, making him a demigod. This is thought to be how Rain acquired his weather manipulating abilities. To hide his infidelity from the Edenian public, Argus gave Rain to one of Edenia's most trusted generals to raise as his own. Rain was still a small child after Shao Kahn merged Edenia with Outworld. During the invasion, Kahn killed Rain's adoptive father, and Rain himself was smuggled away far from the Emperor. As he matured, Kahn's forces eventually caught up with Rain thousands of years later. Given the choice of serving Shao Kahn or death, Rain chose to serve the Emperor. Now, not too much is known about what happened with Rain during this time and the time of Kahn's invasion on Earthrealm, but we do see Rain make an appearance during Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode prior to the Mortal Kombat 1 tournament. Rain met Shujinko in Outworld and asked for his help in retrieving an ancient dagger from the Shokan royal family. He claimed that the Emperor himself had asked him to obtain these daggers for him. But still, it looks like Rain found some way to keep the daggers, as we see them on his attire in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Rain sided with Shao Kahn during his invasion of Earthrealm. However, it was Princess Kitana that told Rain of his true heritage and the death of his adoptive father at the hands of Kahn. Upon hearing this, Rain was outraged and pledged to fight alongside Earthrealm against Kahn. However, his allegiance is called into question when he disappears during one of Kahn's extermination squad attacks on Earthrealm's forces. Following Kahn's failed invasion, Rain went into hiding for the next few years and wasn't heard from again until the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Around this time, Rain crossed paths with the sorcerer Quan Chi. Chi told Rain of his true Edenian heritage, including some details that Kitana had left out. Rain learned that he was the bastard son of Argus, the protector god of Edenia. Rain felt a deep entitlement to becoming his father's successor. He began referring to himself as the Prince of Edenia and sought out his half-brother Taven to stop him on his quest to prevent Armageddon. Rain was easily defeated, but later he joined Quan Chi and the forces of darkness in the Battle of Armageddon. Ultimately, he was killed in battle with almost every other character. Let's jump forward now to the rebooted timeline. The 2011 rebooted timeline saw Rain retaining his backstory, but with some small modifications similar to most other characters. Rain was still a bastard of Argus, who was given to an Edenian general. However, after Kahn overthrew Edenia, Rain grew up in a life of hiding under the protection of the Edenian resistance. Through tough training with the resistance, Rain grew into a very skilled but arrogant fighter. After serving the group for many years, Rain demanded leadership of the resistance forces, but was denied. Infuriated, Rain betrayed his kin by ousting them and joining Shao Kahn's ranks. With Rain's help, Kahn crushed the Edenian resistance. Kahn also promised Rain his own army and made him a general. Flash forward to the end of MK9, and after Kahn's defeat at the hands of Raiden, Rain sided with Mileena and the Shokan during the Outworld Civil War against Kotal Kahn. When Kotal sent his father and General Kotal Ketz to eliminate Mileena, Rico, and Goro, Rain used his ability to manipulate the weather to block out the sun. Since Kotal Kahn's Aztec forces gained most of their power from the sun, this gave Mileena and her allies the upper hand. Kotal Ketz challenged Goro and attacked him with Shao Kahn's Wrath Hammer. The fight didn't last very long though, as Mileena's allies the Red Dragon began attacking and killing most of the Aztec warriors. Distracted by this, and in a weakened state without the sun, Goro quickly gained the upper hand and killed Kotal Ketz. Upon hearing of the news, Kotal Kahn rode into battle to challenge Goro. Again, Rain is brought in to block out the sun. However, this doesn't faze Kotal since he is armed with blood magic fueled by the Kamidogu dagger. Being unaffected by Rain's weather manipulation, Kahn instead called down a solar flare that burned Rain alive. Rain survived the encounter, but was very badly burned. He is taken from the battlefield by the Red Dragon to recover in Melina's keep. Later, when Rain finally regained consciousness, he is confused, and Melina explained to him what had happened. Rain told her that he overheard the Red Dragon talking while they tended to him, and that Rico had means to betray her for Havoc. Melina then used this knowledge to betray Rico before he could betray her. All of this story comes from the Mortal Kombat X comics, which takes place 5 years before Mortal Kombat X. So let's flash forward 5 years later, and the Outworld Civil War is still raging on. Kotal Kahn had taken the throne of Outworld, with Melina leading a waning resistance against him. During this time, Rain had become one of Melina's most trusted advisors. Sometime between the comics and now, Rain had learned of his true Edenian heritage as the son of Argus, and began referring to himself as a god. Rain helped Melina devise a plan to steal Shinnok's amulet. They had Kano do the dirty work. With Melina now the wielder of Shinnok's amulet, this could give the resistance they needed to overthrow Kotal Kahn and take Outworld. Rain accompanied Melina, Tanya, and the Tarkatan army as they planned an ambush for Kotal Kahn's carriage in an attempt to assassinate the ruler. Rain urged Melina to use the amulet to kill Kotal Kahn. And while this might seem like a good idea, it was actually fueled by Rain's ulterior motives. Every time that Melina uses the amulet, she gets a little bit closer to death, putting Rain one step closer to the throne. During the ambush, Kotal attacks Melina and her forces on a rooftop. Kotal and Rain fight one-on-one, and the fight makes its way to the streets. Rain attempted to handle the Emperor himself, but the Khan defeated him. After his loss, Melina saved Rain from execution via Aaron Black. He managed to teleport himself and Melina away from harm, making the assassination attempt a failure. Sometime later, during an attack on Melina's camp, D'Vorah reveals that she knew of Rain's true intentions for the throne, and that he was planning on betraying Melina. Rain reveals his deception and attacks D'Vorah, but loses to the Kai-Tin. And this is the last we see of Rain in the 2011 timeline. It is unknown if Tanya's Mortal Kombat X ending is canon or not, but in her ending, we do see her and Rain on the run after Melina had been killed. In her ending, she is captured by Kotal Kahn, and she sells out Rain's whereabouts in order to stay alive. Rain is then burned at the stake by the Emperor's forces. Again, it is uncertain if this ending is canonical or not, and I guess we'll have to wait to find out. So there you have it, the complete history of Rain. If you'd like to see other complete history of characters, please sound off in the comments below, let me know what you think of Rain, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel MK Temple. Give me a big thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you next time.
Rain wins. Fatality!